Okay, so hello and welcome, Ms. Mariana Oleskiv, Director of Ukraine State Tourism. Thank you so much, Madam, for being with us today. I know it's very difficult and dangerous time for you, so we make it very short. Please let us know about your situation and about the situation in Ukraine and what is that you want from the travel and tourism industry. How can we help you?
Thank you very much for having a chance to meet with you today. At the moment, you know that Russia spreads terror in Ukraine and escalates threats to all civilized world, killing civilians, children in Ukraine. They are seeking for peace in other parts of the country where it's more safe, and some of them go abroad at the moment. But Ukraine is fighting. Our army is strong. We are very much thankful to all the countries that support us with military and humanitarian aid. This is very important for our country. And we are showing a great success, 7 days, full days. Today is exactly a week after in the morning I woke up from the bombs and with this being very scared, my little children, and my mother, that, you know, she's old, and a lot of actually parents from my friend, they died during these days from heart attacks. It's very, very difficult times for our country. But at the moment in the tourism industry, we all were in shock for a couple of days. We just, you know, tried to help our army and more chaotic steps. And at the moment, we all are united within Ukrainian hospitality industry and working in two things. First is helping people, children and women, to escape the areas where the escalation is in the higher level, to find temporary homes in Western Ukraine, where the hospitality industry is one of the most developed in the mountains, and they are all now taking care of refugees. We work with our international community. I'm very grateful to Poland because they actually, most of the refugees are going to this country, and they are very warm welcomed there. And to all hospitality industry, European Travel Council, European UNWTO for supporting us and being online all the time. Also for these offers to offer some temporary jobs for Ukrainians who had to leave their homes, because psychologically it's very, very hard for all of us. We're all the time listening to news. We are very much afraid for the future of not only our country, but for the whole world. We as a state agency for tourism development, we work also with the support of other hospitality industry organizations in this ban for any communication, any cooperation with Russia in terms of tourism, because we do understand at the moment that there are a lot of people in Russia, 140 million of people who could raise their voice and who could go on street and stop this horrible war. In Ukraine, we know what we are talking about, because in 2014, when our ex-president wanted to move the wrong way out of European Western values, we all went to the streets. I was there very active with my child, what was 5 months old at that time. We were all the time there defending our right for freedom. And then we changed our government, we voted for, and we want to move this Western way. And now with armors, all our men and women, a lot of women also, they are defending our country. So it's time for Russians also to say their word, because we understand that Russia in that way it exists now cannot exist anymore. And it's in the hands of Russian people. So we think that any cooperation with this, we can call it even fascist at the moment, country, gives more money to them to buy weapons to kill Ukrainian children, Ukrainian civilians, more than 2,000 already dead, among them about 50 little kids, and this is horrible. And we do hope that Russia will become, again, maybe sometime democratic country, change their government. It will be another story, but at the moment we all have no right to cooperate with a country that is killing Ukrainians, that started this horrible war, because we just wanted to be independent, we just wanted to be part of Europe, we just wanted to decide our future our own way, and we didn't want any dictatorship, and Ukrainians will not allow any dictatorship to be here. That's why we do fight today. So we want all companies, marketplaces, to stop selling tours to Russia, to stop selling the accommodation in Russia. I know that not many tourists will go at the moment, but it's important to show that we will not, the world will not stand aside these horrible things that Russia is doing at the moment. So basically, this is what we want. And also we appeal to all the countries that are members of UNWTO to vote for the suspension of membership of Russian Federation in UNWTO. The last General Assembly, I had a big honor to be the head of our delegation, and I raised the question. It was in November, that Russia annexed Crimea, and Crimea was a touristic part of Ukraine. It was turned to the military base at that time. At that time, we didn't know that it will be the starting point, that our territory will be the starting point where the troops will go to shoot Ukrainians today. And for this, world have no right to be silent anymore. We need to stop Russia now.
Can you please tell us a little about the situation of the travel and tourism industry at the moment in Ukraine? And I know they are all helping the people, the hotels industry, the travel industry. What are they doing? How is their situation in the Western Ukraine? There is still calm. So I heard that the hotels are all opening to the refugees and to the displaced people. Can you tell us a bit more about this solidarity between the travel and tourism industry and the people?
Yes, in Ukraine at the moment, Western Ukraine hotels and other hospitality industry, they are working. They host refugees. I'm very grateful also to chef community, restaurant community. They cook all the time for our warriors. And now we just signed at the beginning of this year a manifesto of Ukrainian chef of Ukrainian cuisine, and now all the chefs are cooking for our army, for all the people who fight, and for all people who are now in the basements because of the bomb attacks. So everyone is united and is trying. In Ukraine at the moment, there is 98% of people who support our army, our president, and who are sure that we will win in this war. And everyone is doing something on their own field. Hospitality industry is trying to help with food, with some humanitarian aid, with hosting refugees, with transportation. A lot of bus companies now, they help to bring people from these hot places to more calm ones, even risk their lives, lives of their drivers. Everyone is trying to, IT industry, advertising industry, they all do a lot of promotion of just like trying to tell what is going on in Ukraine. We were trying to target a lot to Russia. At the moment, they closed all sources of information in their country. Nothing, like all the websites from Ukraine are blocked. We are trying, our IT industry is also very strong in Ukraine. We're trying to break these barriers and to tell their citizens that what is really going on in Ukraine. We also have there are warriors that are captured by our army, and they send messages to their mothers and wives telling what really truly goes on here.
I see. And how is the situation of the airport, Borispol Airport? Is it still operational? I know it's closed, but
no, all the air is closed for Ukraine. Non-passenger flights. Borispol Airport is being protected by our army. We know that Russia is like making these missile attacks on a very critical infrastructure. They were trying to shoot yesterday our train station in Kyiv. That is the point where our train company works very actively in bringing refugees to Western Ukraine. They don't sell tickets, they just pack people in the trains, women and kids, and they were trying. They sometimes in some points in some cities where it's very tough now, Kharkiv and Kherson, they're trying to destroy railway to have these people there as hostages. It's terrorist and it's a crime and big crime.
And the news or information about the cultural sites in Kiev and in whole Ukraine?
Destroyed by a missile attack one museum with the works of Maria Primachenko. She is very famous Ukrainian. She died painter. She was in touch in Salvador Dali. She knew a lot of artists around the world. She has very beautiful paintings. If I'm not mistaken, around 30 of her paintings were destroyed. There were also information that they destroyed a lot of historical buildings in the center of Kharkiv. And we do hope that this will stop as soon as possible. All our cultural institutions are now trying to work with their counterparts in the world to stop any Russian singers to be participating in any cultural events, to stop all the ties with Russian culture, because unfortunately with their culture they were trying to eliminate, to cancel, like to destroy Ukrainian culture and taking a lot of our cultural things and showing as theirs. And at the moment is important to tell the world the truth.
And so they say that tourism is the language of peace and tourism brings the people together. Can you comment about this? Do you have any message to send to the world and to the Russian people actually, as a Minister of State Tourism?
Ukraine was always very open for tourists, and last year we opened a new market. We were hosting a lot of tourists from Arabic countries, and they've seen our country, they've seen the hospitality of Ukrainian people, and that was the thing that everyone mentioned, that people are very open-hearted and very nice. And these people now are fighting for their freedom. So I call to all the countries in the world to help us now to stop Russia in all the ways we can do. And then together we will rebuild tourism in Ukraine, and we'll be happy again to welcome all the guests in our country. Because when we see each other, when we just visit people, we understand cultures, we get to know each other, we have nothing to fight for. We have our own lands. It's the 21st century. Why do you need more land? You can build your beautiful country, you can make it better, you can make life there better, and you can visit other countries with no boundaries at the moment. You don't need to go with troops, you don't need to kill people to see the land. And that's the important message, because of the tourism, the world is so much open. We can choose where to live, we can choose where to travel. We don't need to kill each other to see other land. And why would you need it? You have enough of the space. I mean, Russia, you have enough of the space. You maybe can build your country, concentrate on that. And that's, I think, important for all of us to understand.
Thank you so much for being with us. I know that is very difficult situation for you. I pray for you and your family safety. God bless the people of Ukraine. And thank you so much, madam, for being with us. Thank you.
Slava Ukraini.
Thank you. Slava Ukraini.